Very well. So we are here with Giuliana. This was meant to be a live, but hiccups do happen. Live, sometimes you can't control technological things over there. So we do apologize for the delay in uploading this video. But the chat that we were meant to have with Giuliana from International House is still taking place. And you are still encouraged to participate by typing your messages in the chat. So, Giuliana, thank you very much for being here today and for your patience with all, these technological hassles. How are you?
No problem at all. Thank you for having us. I'm very well, thank you. And it's a pleasure to be here again. We were here, I think, last time with Lucy, Horsfield, our managing director. So it's always a pleasure to be with you guys and just learn about new things that you're doing, all things that we are doing. So it's always a pleasure. Exactly. We've known each other for quite a long while, so I always like to.
And I recently got a memory, in fact, of my first international education workshop, which took place at when you were still in Palermo in Sicily.
Yeah.
So
yes, I'm originally Italian. My hometown is Palermo, and in fact, I did organize that event, and that's the first time I met you. So
exactly, and it was my first IH event and my first event of this industry. So, we go back a long way. It was about 9 years ago, I guess now.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it was, 9 years ago. Yeah.
9 years ago, because I recently received it, because it was in March, and I recently got the memory of, on my Facebook feed. So lovely memories there. Okay, but today we're here to talk about where IH is nowadays. Obviously, in the last 9 years, it has developed a lot. And you guys are constantly organizing new events. You're constantly organizing activities for your members, for the teachers. Can you perhaps bring us up to speed with what's new at International House?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are a membership organization, so we have members all over the world. And with the pandemic hitting, we were trying to find creative ways to be as close as we can to our members. So one of the new things we started during the pandemic was to run online workshops, because as you will recall, the workshop in Palermo was actually face-to-face.
Of course.
And that was something that we did every year around March for our study abroad schools and our agents around the world. Now, of course, it wasn't possible. So we managed to organize online events, and they've been really popular because people could connect from all over the world. You had people connecting from South America, from Europe, everywhere, and they could simply do it from the comfort of their home. So this is something that we're not planning to remove completely. We are planning it to do in parallel with our face-to-face events. And this is what was actually happening right now, because we have an event coming up on the 30th and 31st of March, which is a study abroad online workshop, where we're going to have the chance of having our schools from the comfort of the schools and our agents from the comfort of their offices, joining and discussing opportunity. In particular, we're going to look into young learner and young adult programs in this workshop specifically. So it's specifically targeted for this audience or for people who are interested in summer programs. Because effectively we've noticed that the demand for summer programs has gone up. Young adults, young students are fed up of not being able to travel. So they're really looking forward to the opportunity of doing something meaningful, like learning a language, and also doing it abroad if possible. So hopefully with, the situation that we have at the moment, our schools are planning summer courses, summer schools, etc., all over the world. So that's something that's going to be available. Yeah.
Okay, and perhaps for the interest of those agents who are still thinking whether to sign up for this event, obviously there isn't a lot of time left, only a couple of weeks, 1 week, I guess. It's a few days away. But I guess that's also the beauty of having an online event. People can continue registering until the very last minute. So could you tell us a little bit about the schools who will be participating? Where are they based? Where do they offer these summer camps?
Yeah, so we have schools attending are literally from all over the world. So we have schools in Mexico offering summer programs in Mexico. We have schools in Germany, in the UK, in Ireland, in France, in Spain, in Canada, in the US. So they're really like a vast opportunity for participants, because they will be able, just in a couple of hours, to have a full understanding of all the programs that are being offered worldwide for the various languages, because we are representing Spanish, Italian, French, German, English, of course. So it's really a fantastic opportunity for agents. And if you haven't registered yet, feel free to do so. Just by going on our webpage, you'll be able to see the login details. And it's free of charge, of course. So you can just join and you'll be having meetings. We are using Meeting Manager, which is a very, very used platform for events. So it's very easy just to decide which schools you want to meet and arrange a meeting with them for 20 minutes, and you keep up to speed with all the information related to their programs and news, because many schools are offering new programs like public speaking courses, or social activities, or sports related to learning English and sports. So all of that, it's very interesting to hear it firsthand from the school directly.
So even for those agents who perhaps have heard about International House and maybe have, had the impression that the schools are offering what everybody else is offering, no, this year, over the past years, the schools have really come up with innovative courses. And I guess it's all about, this is how I always look at it, it's about making a language relevant for the people who are learning it. So whether you're combining it with sports, whether you are combining it with public speaking, you're adding an element of relevance. And just to clarify, Giuliana, I know the answer, but I want it to be extremely clear. Even though the workshop is face-to-face, the courses that the schools will be talking about, even though the workshop is online, the courses that the schools will be talking about are face-to-face. The summer camps are happening face-to-face.
Correct. Yes.
Perfect. So that is really important. So any agents who are still thinking about, or who perhaps have had some requests, over the past months for these kinds of courses, there's a lot happening at IH. Why don't you pop over and register for that?
Absolutely. And we have still online courses, of course, because the schools haven't stopped that. But for the purpose of young learner and young adults, where they actually really want to be face-to-face. And it's probably also easier for them to travel in a way. They are having face-to-face courses for sure.
That's good. That's good, because I think, yes, over the past 2 years, we've learned to appreciate online courses and online chats and online everything. But I think, nothing replaces face-to-face. Speaking of that, you have another interesting event coming up, this time in Madrid, right?
Correct. Yeah, so we normally have every year our directors conference, where all the directors from International House schools meet in one venue specifically. This year we're meeting in Madrid. This is also a great opportunity to celebrate an achievement from IH Madrid, who's going to complete 40 years of working in our language sector. And this is not something small. So we're really happy to be there and celebrating this with them. So the Directors Conference will start on the 7th. But before that, on the 6th, we're organizing the Study Abroad face-to-face in-person event in Madrid. So this is exclusively designed for agents in Madrid and Portugal, because they're both like very close to where the venue will be. And agents can join in person and have the opportunity to have both meetings with schools, like the standard meetings where you meet the schools, see the brochures, etc., but also the chance to hear from industry experts who will speak about trends, who will speak about opportunities with our industry. And of course, there'll be a lovely Spanish welcoming lunch, which is always a plus.
A great selling point.
In a face-to-face event, it's always a plus.
Yes. And I mean, you being Italian, me being Maltese, we are definitely going to be impressed by food. So
it's all about food.
It's all about food. Yes, it's the Mediterranean lifestyle. Giuliana, one important thing I want to pick on, you mentioned agents from Madrid, not all of Spain, Madrid and Portugal.
No, sorry, all of Spain.
Okay,
all of Spain.
okay.
We will have Spanish agents from all over Spain, like Barcelona, from Madrid, Valencia.
From other countries, other cities. Okay, correct. So just to clarify, any agents, any Spanish agents who are interested in meeting IH schools in Madrid, so if you are from anywhere in Spain or anywhere in Portugal, you are very welcome to attend this event. Can you tell us a little bit about the schools who will be attending this event? Who will be there?
Yeah, so again, we'll have a variety of languages. So you'll be able to learn about English, Spanish, German, French, Italian programs, and all directly from the schools. So we have a lot of schools coming from Europe, but also we have our Australian colleagues that are definitely coming. So you will really have the opportunity to meet people that otherwise it might be difficult to meet unless you are at a face-to-face workshop. So it's a unique opportunity and a networking opportunity, because you get the opportunity to talk to people within the meetings, but also outside, which is really valuable for agents.
And speaking from my own first-hand experience attending your events, what I love about them is that they are big enough to meet somebody new every time, but small enough to really get to know everybody at the event. And for me, that is the perfect balance, because sometimes, you know, we do attend events, and obviously they are just as important, where you're meeting a lot of different people. But I guess in that case, you approach them totally differently. Here at the IH events, you really, I mean, as agents, you would really have the chance to not only speak to the schools during the 20-minute meetings, but as you're saying, even afterwards, during the networking events, during the lunches and the dinners, it's, you know, there's always a lot of possibilities to get to know the people behind the schools. And that's what I personally love about your network.
Yeah, I think I'm biased because I organize the events and everything, but I do relate to what you're saying, because I feel that these events are they are useful and formal, but they're not formal as in a structured event where you don't have the chance to meet other people. So it's the level of informality that you need in order to make some good networking opportunities during your stay. So yeah, people who attend these events will usually come out with lots of very useful connections. And sometimes you might meet a school for the very first time. You might have not heard about them, or maybe you heard about them, but you never worked with them. And suddenly you start building that relationship. And it all starts with one initial meeting, and then the things can continue to progress and grow. So we know of agents that have worked with our school since the very first workshop when they met, and they've been working 10 years together. So you really start building a relationship, or you strengthen an existing one.
Exactly. And what I'm thinking would be particularly interesting is, again, for those Spanish and Portuguese agents who are interested in attending the face-to-face workshop, to potentially register for the online one, to get an initial idea about the schools, and then they get to meet them face-to-face a few weeks later in Madrid.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
that could be.
In fact, we do have agents that are going to attend both. Quite a number of the agents are members of IHWO, so they will be also attending the digital online event and the face-to-face event. So this is, yeah, absolutely. So you get an inside view initially, and then a face-to-face meeting, which is very important. So yeah, I agree. That's if you could do both, that's amazing. And some agents are definitely doing that. So absolutely
makes sense. Okay. So, and remind me, what are the Madrid dates?
So the 6th of May is a Friday. So lovely way to end the week with a study abroad face-to-face event, which starts at 11 and finishes around 4. With networking opportunities, presentations, and workshops. So it's a very interesting day full of opportunities for agents.
Okay, so that's on the 6th of May. Okay. And to conclude, any developments at IH, any perhaps even plans for the summer, maybe for even other events that you are planning on organizing later on in the year?
Yeah, so for our organization, it's fundamental to make sure that our members are continuously learning or having opportunities to meet and having workshops or seminars, etc. So there are some events that we have throughout the years, which are the November Young Learner Conference, the January Director of Studies Conference, and then more study abroad events throughout the year. So we are continuously seeking for opportunities to do that. And we are very strong, and every year we've gone from strength to strength about environmental sustainability. And that's something that we're pushing forward. We are pushing our schools. Many schools are member now of our scheme, so they are actively promoting environmental sustainability. And this is something like a testament for the future that we really want to continue to work on, because it's important for future generations, for our students who are studying with us at the moment, who are the people who will be in this world when we are not here anymore. So
exactly.
yeah, so absolutely, this is something we strongly believe in and we continue to work on. Absolutely.
Very good. Yes, that is something. In fact, I have been following your environmental initiatives, and it is something I've always admired about what you do. So, you know, hats off for that. Okay, so a lot of things coming up throughout the year. It's always a pleasure, you know, to learn about what's going on within the IH network. Obviously, from our end, we're always publishing your news. What we will do is when we upload this video, I will also add a link to your events. So people can go directly from our social media to your website, and they can register over there. So like that, they have everything they need in one place. Fantastic. So from our end, I thank you very much for being here with us, Giuliana, today.
Thank you.
Once again, I apologize for the glitch in the live.
No worries.
I have Lynn checking that out. But obviously, the most important thing is that we are going to get the message out there, and the message will go out there today. So you can rest assured about that. Yeah, so thank you very much. Yes, so yes, we have. So you know they do. Exactly. Very well. Very well.
Thank you, Bernice, and thank you, Lynn, for all your help and your support. Absolutely.
Good. It has been a pleasure. Thank you very much, Giuliana.